Nick Rudder from McKee's37.com. I'm excited to showcase our all-new ceramic tire coating. This is a completely redesigned formula of our long-selling tire coating, which has been one of our best-selling wheel and tire care products. And if you're new to McKee's 37, or if you're scratching your head going, well, what's a tire coating? It's simple. In our product line, we have 3 products to protect and enhance the appearance of your vehicle's tires. We have our Tire Shine SiO2, which is a spray, works great for larger SUV tires. We have our Tire Gel SiO2, which is the same formula as the spray, except it's a gel. That's my choice for low-profile tires. And then for a long-lasting solution, meaning several months instead of several weeks, we have our ceramic tire coating. Now, all 3 products appeal to a different customer because if you're like me, you actually enjoy applying a tire spray or a tire gel. However, I'm the exception, not the rule. Most people, including yourself most likely, you want to put something on the tires and have it last several months. Well, that's what ceramic tire coating does. Instead of a water-based protectant that sits on top of the tire, ceramic tire coating is an acrylic ceramic resin that actually becomes a functional part of the rubber. It remains flexible and it stays nice and glossy month after month, wash after wash. And depending on how much shine you want, you can control that as well. However, when you apply a tire coating like this, the preparation step is imperative that you thoroughly clean everything off these tires before you put it on. Otherwise, it's not going to stick and you'll be sending me an email. So step number 1 to cleaning your tires, which we have a complete kit for this, is our Tire and Rubber Rejuvenator. Even brand new tires especially need to be cleaned because they have a mold release wax on them. Now this tire belongs to a coworker on this Ford Ranger. He has not dressed these tires with any kind of shine yet, which is ideal because if you've been using some other type of tire shine or protectant for a while, then it's going to take many applications to get it completely removed. Sometimes I tell customers, don't apply anything for a few weeks and clean the vehicle weekly. That way, any previously applied dressing will leach out of the tire over time versus trying to remove it completely with this. But if you've got a tire that's a few months or a few years old, hasn't been dressed with anything in a while, perfect candidate. So anyway, let's get to action. Tire and Rubber Rejuvenator. You spray it on the tire. It's an intense cleaner that removes the browning, old silicone dressings, and it preps the tire for application of the coating. It's the perfect combination of strength and safety, so it's not too strong where it's going to cause the rubber conditioners and the anti-ozonants to leach out, because that's really important when you shop for a tire cleaner. Obviously, I prefer that you buy McKee's 37 tire cleaner because we formulated it to work with the tire coating. The kit includes this stiff short handle brush, and what you're going to do is when you start scrubbing, you'll see that the foam being produced is brown. That is old gunk coming off the tire. That's exactly what you want to see. The Tire and Rubber Rejuvenator, it really gets down into the pores of the tire and it gets it squeaky clean. If you look right here, you can see the brown just melting off, and I've hardly scrubbed. So when you're cleaning your tires, you want to wet your bristles often. You really want to get in there and get this clean. Because again, if this tire is not perfectly clean, that coating's not going to stick. Just like if you paint a wall in your house, you want to clean the wall first. Otherwise, your paint's not going to stick. So I'll go through this process a few times where I dunk my brush and I'll scrub the tire. And then what I'll do, I'm going to rinse this off and reapply the Tire and Rubber Rejuvenator. This is our fire hose nozzle. This is great. Okay. In Tire and Rubber Rejuvenator, it's not going to stain your driveway either, which I'm asked that question all the time. As a matter of fact, none of our wheel and tire care products will stain your driveway. Spray it on. And the kit comes with a 22-ounce bottle of tire cleaner, which is, for the most part, just enough to do all 4 tires. If you plan on doing more than one vehicle, we have a extra large refill kit that also includes a gallon of the tire cleaner to go with it. So a good rule of thumb is to make sure your tires are completely clean, you're going to use an entire bottle. If you've cleaned and coated all 4 tires and you still have half a bottle of this left, then you didn't use enough. All right, so I sprayed more tire cleaner on there, and you can see at this point the foam being produced, it's white, but in some areas it still has a hint of like a cream colored brown to it. And what that's telling me is there's still dirt that's being removed. Now it's the middle of July here in South Florida, and it's about 95 degrees. The sun is right there. It's really hot. I'd rather be inside in the air conditioning. However, I've committed myself to this, so instead of going 90% of the way, I'm going to go 100% of the way. And that's where the third application of the tire cleaner plays a critical role in how well this tire coating will stick or not stick. So once again, gonna rinse it off. And this should be the third and final application of the tire and rubber rejuvenator. In our product line, we use the term synergistic chemical compatibility. You'll hear that in my videos over and over again. And what that means is that everything we formulated for wheels, for tires, for paint, it's all designed to work together. So the chemist that created this product is the same chemist that created this product. So when we're formulating this, we say, okay, we're going to be cleaning it with this. So they're designed to be used in conjunction with each other. That's why it's so important to stay within the same product family. All right, this should be the third and final cleaning. So far, so good. The foam looks nice and white. I like that. Looks really good. Now here's a tip. If this were my car and it were not a coworker's car, something you can do, it's worth it, is go to Home Depot and a 2x4, 8 foot costs nothing. Have them cut it into 4 sections, and then when you clean your tires, pull your vehicle up on the 2x4. It's just going to give you a small lift. That'll make it easier to clean down here with the brush. So it'll cost you less than 10 bucks, and it's worth it just to make sure you get everywhere clean. Otherwise, you clean a section and then you just pull the vehicle forward a foot to clean down here where you're not necessarily getting that brush. So just something to keep in mind. Now the next step, I'm going to rinse the tire off. It has to dry 100% completely, which I like to allow it to do naturally. The kit comes with a couple towels, but I would save these for something else because drying the tires with a towel is kind of a pain in the butt. So just let it air dry. It only takes 10 minutes. We'll be back for part 2. All right, and we're back. Step 1, we completely clean the tire with tire and rubber rejuvenator. And just for the sake of demonstration, we taped off half the tire so you can see the clear before and after difference. And I also happen to have about a 3-foot section of 2x4 in my desk drawer. So we grabbed that. I had Jacob pull up on it just because I wanted to reference what this looks like. Now this is way longer than you need. You'd only need about 1.5 feet, and you don't have to be experienced with working on cars or mechanics to pull up on a 2x4. You just set it in front of the tires, all 4 at the same time, and you just drive up at a slow speed. It's really nothing to it. So anyway, the next step is to apply the tire coating. I want to point out that these tires are not hot to the touch. The sun right now is right there, so it's beating down on the top of my head, which is uncomfortable for me, but so long as the tire's not hot, I feel better about it. If the tire's hot, there's the chemical makeup of the tire changes and the rubber becomes more flexible, which is what you do not want. You want the tire to be not hot. So the kit comes with our dual action trim and tire applicator sponge, which works best. The old tire coating, if you watched years ago, I showed a brush This one, we formulated it specifically for this applicator pad. And don't let the small bottle of the tire coating deceive you. This is enough product to do probably 30 sets of these, or 30 of these tires altogether. So about, what's that, 6 sets or 7 sets? A little more than that. I'm going to squirt some on. It's a white liquid, it is runny. And it can be messy at times. And you simply spread it out. It's important with this stuff that you move quickly before it dries. And if you like a natural looking finish, you would stop now. However, I like a glossier looking finish. Not like a used car lot glossy, but just a touch above a satin shine is what I prefer. So I really put it on there nice and thick. And it also makes it last longer too, because you're putting a thick coating on. And with that 2x4, I can get down here now. A little more on the applicator pad. I'll tell you, there's a lot more activity at home with the COVID-19 pandemic happening, so this would be a fun weekend project. If you've been eyeing our tire coating system for some time now, and now that we have the new formula, pick it up, you know, spend hour and a half working on your tires. And I'll take the applicator pad and I'll brush it along the siphoning and the ridges of the tire. You can see it kind of foams up and it's pooling right there. That's no big deal. I'm not going to worry about it. But I tend to do this step last, working it in. And I'm dabbing it. So it's kind of like when you use, if you ever sponge paint, you dab to get thicker coverage in some areas. So some of these more intricate spots, I'm dabbing it. And I'm going to put a little bit more on. And if I did not mention already that the blue tint is perfectly normal. When it dries clear. Oops, my tape came off, so the difference won't be as dramatic in that section. That's okay. All right, now while this is curing, which it takes a few minutes, I just want to make one thing really clear. At this point, you will be very tempted to take a microfiber towel and to wipe off the excess. Do not do that. You don't want to wipe off anything at this point. The only time you're going to use a towel is during the drying process of the tire, if you choose to do that. Like I mentioned, I like to let the tire air dry. Or if you have a blower, you can use a blower, a leaf blower, a car dryer to dry the tire. So I'm going to let this cure for a few minutes. So we're going to cut here and we'll be back to show you the finished product. All right, part 3. We've cleaned the tire. We've coated half the tire. We let the coating dry for a few minutes. Like I mentioned, you do not want to wipe it with a towel. Again, do not wipe it with a towel. Let it self-level. Don't be tempted to wipe it. I keep saying that because that's how important it is. It's dry. I'm going to slowly remove the tape. Drum roll, please. And it's not going to be as close or as obvious up close because some of the coating seeped through the tape, but when you stand back and I take this piece off here, you'll see the dramatic before and after difference. Here we have a bare tire with nothing on it, and then here we have a coated tire with our ceramic tire coating. And again, the advantage of using a tire coating like this one over a traditional tire shine is the fact that it's going to last a lot longer. If you're weird like me and you find it therapeutic to put a tire shine on every single week, this product is not for you. If you want something that's going to last a long time because you dislike putting a tire shine on, this product is for you. If you're like most men and you're married to a woman and they have a vehicle that you don't necessarily drive all the time or care as much about, put the tire coating on it, because that way the tires look great for several months and you don't have to deal with it. But that's McKee's 37 ceramic tire coating. It's a fantastic product. Make sure you pick it up in the kit, because the kit has everything you need: the cleaner, the coating, the brush, the gloves, a couple towels, which you're not going to use to wipe off the coating, and that's it. So I'm going to finish the rest of the tires. And thank you so much for watching. To support more videos like this, shop McKee's37.com for all your car care needs. Click subscribe. Thank you and God bless.